career of 42 years. Has bookends of San Antonio and Portland. Because I did start as a player in San Antonio, even 30 years ago, when I was playing second horn in San Antonio. The Oregon Symphony was known to be a wonderful job if you could land it. And first, my carpooling buddy, Dolores Daigle, left San Antonio to come to Oregon. Then Debbie Singer came. Then Jeff Johnson. Our new principal flute is coming from San Antonio. So there's some strange connection between San Antonio and Portland, and it may be me. But after I got here, we weren't done with that transition. I stole their principal percussionist, who's here tonight, the person who came the furthest to help me make this transition. Where's Marilyn? Oh, there you are. Marilyn has known me longer than anyone else in the room, including my husband. We were kids together in the orchestra, served on orchestra committees and negotiating committees, and had some really interesting experiences. And one of the things I thought I'd share with you tonight, I've got three things I want to talk about. One is the most bizarre experience I had as a musician, and Marilyn was there for it. And that's what these pictures are for, that David Miller blew up, and I have some copies you can share so that you can observe it more closely. Start one on each side of the room. Every year, like most orchestras, you'd like to have earned revenue. Then there's a fee engagement. I know sometimes our players are unhappy when we play a pop show mainly to make money, and it turns out the charts aren't so great. Well, this gig, it's all classical music. And you would play 42, 44 different works throughout the course of the evening. And, but 22 bars of the Ride of the Valkyries vamped continuously while she walks down the ramp to get to her center stage, take an inebriated curtsy down to the floor. The idea was that your arms were outstretched so that you could show your grace. You sank to the floor, your nose turned to smile at the audience, and then you had to get back up. Keep in mind that her feet stop here. This train is covered with bugle beads and sequins, and it's attached to her shoulders. You may be able to see the scepter. It looks like a kitchen utensil in her hand. They were all introduced as Bunny Schnookum of the House of Cards, Duchess of Questionable Judgment, or something like that. And that train was so heavy that as they walked, they had to propel themselves forward. We thought this was a hoot and also one of the most humiliating things to do. But that I would say was the most bizarre. Coronation of the Queen of Fiesta. I think the most moving experience was just last year when I was able to be a part of the brass quintet going to Coffee Creek Prison. And I could sit with the inmates and sing Christmas carols where this wonderful music brought some of them to tears, many to smiles of joy. Gave me goosebumps, and I want to thank Joan Cox for having driven that, and Monica for making it so. It was truly special and showed the power of the music and the meaningfulness of what we can do in our community to reach people that otherwise would never hear us. Most joyful experience, I keep having it over and over all these years, and that's being a part of a dream team. I've been given credit tonight for accomplishments. I didn't do that by myself at all. you can't be a leader without followers, and I'm often a follower because there are leaders that are my mentors, and Scott's one of them. As are my cohorts on staff. This business is filled with extraordinary people, especially here, on the board, in the orchestra, on the staff. And this Oregon Symphony seems to draw people that have passion, doggedness, determination, love for the music. And I've been honored every day to be surrounded by some of the smartest, most sensitive, intelligent, kind people on the planet, all drawn together by music. Thank you for this send-off. This is wonderful. I'm really glad you're steering the ship, and I'm glad you found Steve, because he needs to know how lucky you are to inherit this dream team in operations. You know, I can't really, I hired many of them, but they look after each other. They will look after you, you look after them too. One of the greatest things about doing this on a Thursday is that I'm gonna be at work tomorrow. So I'll see you there. So this isn't goodbye, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart.